Hey everyone, welcome, and I shouldn't have done this randomly because, if I'd been smart, I would have done this right before Dial of Destiny came out, but instead, I waited, and I freaking really didn't realize it was in the box till I pulled it out. But, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. I have always been iffy on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. When it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's not. And this is, when it's not. I'm just going to be honest about that. So, Curse of the Jackal it's almost comical. It's Indy running and getting into stuff he should not be getting into as a youngster again and again and again. And I'm just going to try to zip through this because I've got a lot to say here, but at the same time, these adventures could work. Yeah, and it's supposed to be his first encounter with a mummy. Mimi. And it's just kind of, I don't know. It doesn't seem like something young Indy would be doing. We don't get me wrong. I think Indy would be going into an Egyptian tomb at some point in his life, but not now. I mean, not in this context. And I slogged through this, man. I didn't like it. I really didn't. And okay, yeah. And then the other one is like, Indy doesn't believe in this magic hokey pokey stuff, and then he's seeing shit at a young age. What the hell is that about? It kind of drives me nuts. Again, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for, stuff like that. I mean, I get what they were trying to do with young Indy. I like some of the ideas. But I also did not like some of the ideas in the same moments. And, unlike the Indiana Jones comic, which kind of captured a lot of what I loved about Indiana Jones in many ways. Not entirely, but it was like, oh, that's an interesting story. And the young Indiana Jones just seemed like, well, we got to do something. Let's do this. And it didn't seem like anybody was like, this would be cool. Have a young Indy going in with a mummy. No, it's like, God, we got to come up with something. Hey, put him with a mummy. And this is the first issue, and they're already, phoning it in. So that, I hate shitting on. Although I do it all the time. I hate shitting on good comics, or comics that should be good. But this was horrid. There was nothing interesting about it. I was bored reading it. There was just nothing. And I do that all the time with young Indiana Jones stuff. There's a few episodes of the series I like. And it's not many. I mean, it's not enough for me to buy the DVD, okay? It's a few that I like, and I couldn't even tell you which ones they were. I can just tell you, oh, those are interesting. And if I catch it and I realize that's one of the episodes, I go, oh, I want to watch that. But it's not something I seek out. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of TV shows that do that to me. There's a lot of MacGyver episodes that do that to me. There are a lot of MacGyver episodes I love. There are some MacGyver episodes I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? That doesn't mean I hate MacGyver. I actually like MacGyver. But I'm also willing to be honest about it. Is that, sometimes Mac don't get it right. And sometimes young Indy doesn't get it right. I don't hate young Indy. I don't hate the concept. But it does wear on me after a while when people try to shoehorn young Indy into these things that he probably shouldn't and couldn't have done. So he's had, hanging out with Pancho Villa. I mean, come on. I would never recommend Young Indiana Jones Chronicles to anyone, even a diehard Indiana Jones fan. Not because they're bad, but because I don't get the enjoyment of them as I did from the 3 movies. A lot of people like the Indiana Jones Chronicles, and that's fine. That's fine. It's just something that doesn't interest me. And I find it boring and or unrealistic. Again, a few of the episodes from the show, okay, yeah, some of those work for me. The comic never ever does. It never appealed to me on any level. And I want to say I got issue 2 of this, and I was just bored out of my skull. I was just like, this doesn't even feel like Indiana Jones anymore. Not in the same way that Dial of Destiny didn't feel like Indiana Jones. That was a new low. This just didn't feel like Indiana Jones because it felt like it was being shoehorned in as Indiana Jones. So it didn't feel authentic. That hopefully makes sense. But again, I held off on this just when I realized it was in the box. I held off on it because I don't want to shit all over things people love. And I'm sure some people out there really love Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. They're starving for indie content. Okay, great. Go, have at it. You're good. Me, I can't. I just can't. I have to be honest in how I feel. And I didn't like it. I just did not like it. Okay, that'll wrap up Tales from a Longbox for the day. Again, sorry, but I got through it. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.